Now, beyond just General Motors, Detroit must figure out how to recover from the collapse of its auto industry. One unlikely place the Motor City might want to look for advice, Pittsburgh. Lindsay Aaron is in Pittsburgh with more. Hi there, Lindsay.
Well, Scarlett, that's right. Hi there, Scarlett. How are you? There are a lot of parallels leaders here in Pittsburgh say can be drawn between what Detroit is facing right now and what Pittsburgh endured 20 years ago with the collapse of the steel industry. And many say now that Pittsburgh's on the rise, it's certainly a page that can be taken right out of Pittsburgh's playbook that can be applied directly to Detroit.
To look at Pittsburgh today, you'd never know it was once a city much like Detroit, a boomtown built on and tethered to the fortunes of a single industry. In this town, that was steel. When the steel industry collapsed in the early 80s, Pittsburgh's economy tanked with it, languishing for years and sparking an exodus of the city's younger generation.
It was extraordinarily bad for the region. We lost 100,000 manufacturing jobs in the course of less than a decade, which was the largest loss of manufacturing jobs that any region in the country had ever experienced.
PNC Bank Chairman and CEO Jim Rohr lived through that dark era.
But it was depressing back in those times. It was very difficult.
But today, amid the nation's worst recession in 80 years, Pittsburgh has made a comeback.
This is where U.S. Steel's Homestead Mill stood for decades. At the height of the steel industry's collapse, unemployment rose to more than 15%. Today, the mill's been turned into a successful open-air pedestrian mall with dozens of national retailers.
So what was the key to Pittsburgh's success? For starters, acceptance that steel would never come back. And Mayor Luke Ravenstahl says the region's embrace of a host of new and ultimately recession-proof sectors.
It's not just healthcare, it's not just education, it's not just energy solutions, it's not just advanced manufacturing, but rather a portion of all of those things, and that's why we're so well positioned right now.
Local leaders say that's the lesson Detroit should take from Pittsburgh's playbook, diversification, to quickly refocus the city toward an economy that doesn't rely on a single sector.
That's the opportunity I think Detroit has, is that they need to take advantage of that skilled workforce while it's there.
It's not going to be easy. They have some difficult roads ahead of themselves, but they, just like Pittsburgh did, really have no choice.
Now, Pittsburgh's resurgence has even caught the eye of the White House. Just last week, we heard that the Obama administration's chosen Pittsburgh as the site of the next G20 summit coming up this fall. Scarlett?
How did Pittsburgh get that G20 summit, Lindsay?
It was interesting. The mayor told me that one of the first criteria for getting selected was absolute secrecy. He wasn't allowed to talk to anybody about the fact that Pittsburgh was under consideration by the White House. He said there were a slew of Secret Service agents that came here, vetted the city, and also he said one of the main criteria that were really important for the White House was not only the resurgence of Pittsburgh emerging from its steel industrial past, but also the fact that it's a green city. They're really working hard to innovate with green technology. Back to you.
Bloomberg's Lindsay Aaron in Pittsburgh.